What is up, guys? Welcome to Loveshack Entertainment, and today we are bringing you a deck profile video. So what I'm bringing you today is actually something that's kind of like a work in progress. I don't really have all the cards for it yet, but I'm kind of working on getting the rest of it. So we're doing an Evilswarm deck profile, but it's kind of interesting and definitely different than the last Evilswarm deck, well, at least when the deck was last competitive looked like. So let me jump into it quick, and we'll go through it relatively quickly. And as you can see, actually filming this with some new camera filming equipment, so hopefully it looks better. If it's not zoomed in close enough, I can try to fix it, mess around with it. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and get started. So we got 3 Evilswarm caster. This is the pretty much like obviously the same as Constellar Pollux. Like, it gives you an extra normal summon, so you can drop turn 1 Ophion far more easily. 2 Thunderbird, the card's amazing. It really allows you to play a bit of a grind game, especially with traps and stuff, while coming back as 1950 and dodging destruction as well. 2 Kyrkion. I just don't play 3 because you can kind of recycle it, and you really don't need 3. It's one of those things that's a little bit dead once you've already banished most of your stuff. Kyrkion's the one that lets you banish from grave, and then you get an additional normal summon, and you also can add 1 from your grave to your hand. 2 Mandragora. Pretty much just because I like to be able to do Xyz plays later in the game, or, you know, turn 1. Mandragora you can special summon from your hand if your opponent controls more monsters than you do, meaning also if you have 0, obviously you can do it. So that's it for the Evilswarms. I'm not playing Heliotrope or anything. And then 1 Fossil Dyna. So Fossil Dyna is really cool because of how well it combos with the rest of the deck. But obviously it's one of those cards that like is a little bit slower and just kind of seems like the right number for right now. So that's that for the monsters. And then obviously it's very trap heavy because it plays more of a grind game. But triple card of Demise. So obviously this card's busted. Like, it's really a lot of decks that were slower to kind of make a comeback. Demise is just fantastic in here, and part of the reason that I don't want to play more Evilswarms is because there's going to be times where you want to open Demise, you don't special summon, so you just summon Caster, drop Thunderbird, and then you can end. And with your massive amount of back row, you can just wait until next turn to make an Ophion. That being said, I'm still playing 3 Pandemic, which some people I've seen with some variants of this are not. Still seems necessary to protect your Ophion, protect your other stuff, because of the fact that it's such a good card and it's searchable. So, like, I understand that with the lower number of Evilswarms, you may not want to play it at 3, but I still like to be able to open it and search it, so it seems like it's worth it. 2 Allure of Darkness, because draw power is great, especially in a deck when you, like I said, play Card of Demise and stuff. Basically all you really need to say about that. 2 Dark Hole, just because field clearing is nice, and also because with, you know, Pandemic, your Ophion's not affected by this, so basically just lets you play. It's basically a Regeki most of the time. Also, you can chain Thunderbird to this, so you're able to, you know, do some things with that too. 2 Pot of Duality, probably could play 3, honestly, I just didn't really have the space for it, and I was trying to keep a pretty tight number. Amazing card with Demise, just lets you get pluses and consistency for days. 2 MST, especially because I'm playing Demise. Like, Twin Twister's not going to be great in here. I'm going to be discarding stuff most of the time. MST is just good. It gets over stuff. It can hit stuff like Vanity's Emptiness or Royal Decree that's going to screw you over. I guess in theory, though, you can side the Twin Twisters just so you have a little bit more of a variety to stuff. For 1-ofs, Dimensional Fissure, still amazing against like everything. Monarchs, BA, you know, Cosmo even. I think it works against Cosmo, you know, to stop them from banishing themselves. 1 Soul Charge, and this is obviously, people are going to look at this one and be a little bit curious. Soul Charge is just because of the instances where I play such a small number of monsters. If they all end up in grave, this is really good late game to get them back on the field. It can dead draw early, but you can always just set it and wait. 1 Instant Fusion, pretty much for the same reason, just because you bring out Norden and then you overlay, or you can even play Darkfire Dragon, which is pretty similar, not to Norden, but just as a level 4 Dark that you can use to make Key Beetle and stuff, so it sets up good loops later in the game. And then 1 Rhoda, just to thin the deck and be able to get Caster, especially if you open with an Evilswarm and Card of Demise, you'd be able to do Caster, summon, then search, then summon another monster. Sometimes you sit on 2 Casters. For the traps, triple Drowning Mirror Force, so probably like the best trap right now. This combos with Thunderbird. Thunderbird can banish himself from the field, and then when he does, you can play Drowning because your field's wide open. So it's just a really good card in this deck. Triple Solemn Strike, you know, obviously another card that's just amazing. Should probably be at 1, but for right now it's not, so we'll just take advantage of, you know, what we have with it. These 6 cards here in combination with Demise are just awesome, and you can basically just kind of sprinkle in traps there for the rest of it. I got 1 Macrocosmos because you can play it in here easily, and it absolutely fucks up almost everything. One, lose a turn, because I do special Ophion, so this is one of those things where it's kind of like hit or miss, but it works really well with Thunderbird, especially if you're playing a grind game with him, so it's worth it to play the 1, but in case anyone was wondering why I'm not playing multiple copies, that's the reasoning behind it. And then, so I'm playing Rafflesia in this deck because it's amazing, and a lot of times you don't make it turn 1, but even turn 2, it's strong. So I'm playing these 4 traps here, so there's 1 Time Space, 1 Trap Hole of Spikes, 1 Bottomless, 1 Treacherous. Questionable decision, I'm aware, but the fact is that if you open really well, and you end up not having to pitch anything off Demise, this is an awesome first turn play, like against Pendulum decks or something where they're spamming the field. Whether or not you play this with Rafflesia, like if you see it, the sooner you see it, the more you can just be like, boop. And if you do play Macrocosmos, or, you know, whatever, this works really well with that as well. Alright, then the last card just a 1-of is Infection. I'm starting to question whether or not it's even really worth it. It's good because it's combo oriented and does let you trigger a Thunderbird effect and dodge some stuff, but at the same time it's like I almost want to play more power traps that let me, you know, control the flow of the game a little bit better. Mirror Force, Quaking, whatever. So yeah, that's basically where I'm at with the main deck right now. It's not perfect and it's kind of a work in progress. Like I said, some of the stuff I'm just actually borrowing for the sake of doing a deck profile. But I need to get some more things in the works. I think this is what I'm going to play with going forward. So the extra deck, which is also incomplete at the moment, but so 2 Ophion. I don't really want to play 3 because I'm playing more of a trap-oriented build here that focuses on Thunderbird. 1 Thanatos because it does help you against Cosmo and Monarch. Bahamut is still really good if you're able to resolve him. I love Ouroboros, but you don't summon him much in here, but of course you'd be kind of silly not to play him. And then Castel, Rafflesia, like I said, really good. Abyss Dweller, 1 Norden, and then the rest of it's not filled out yet, but like Emerald, Cowboy, etc., like all that stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the deck profile, and I don't have a side deck yet, so we'll get that updated when I do manage to get a side deck. But I hope you guys did enjoy, and hopefully it's something a little bit original for you guys, at least those of you interested in playing something new. So thank you for watching this video, and I will see you next time right here at Loveshack Entertainment. Bye-bye!